Join me. Imagine what we could accomplish together.
I'll join the team, be an X-Man.
We are the future, Charles, not them.
What do you think, I'm stupid?
You and I are not so different.
You can't keep denying what you are, man.
Because I'm the best there is at what I do.
You, me, we're exceptional. The power of the sun in the palm of my hand. I chose my path, you chose the way of the hero.
Plague, war, famine, morality doesn't even enter into it.
I've heard these arguments before.
Think about it, hero!
You are watching Move, Move, Throw, a Carlcon podcast. I am Charles, also known as Omnis. Danny, welcome back, my dude.
Yes, and a special guest on top of that, right? I couldn't aspire to winning Carlcons. Best I could do is have the wonderful winner on with us.
Yes.
We have HyperViper here. Please introduce yourself for those who don't know you.
Hey, I'm HyperViper. I'm a SoCom player. You can find me on various Discords. I play in the TTS West bracket. Because going elsewhere is cheating. I play games.
Yeah. I've been playing for a while, too. Well, you've been up and down a lot of events over the years and doing pretty well. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I was talking about this, I think, with you, Danny. I don't think I've ever won a big event, but I've been, like, top 8 for most.
Yeah, I think you've played several times and put up a good fight. And so I think this is the whole story come together.
Yep.
The first time I met Fletcher, he was the unpainted guy in the top 8.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
I am going to keep winning, so you have to record one of my games.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You refused to paint at that point.
You did. You got to the finals.
And at the top table as well, you offered me painted models, like other people's models, and I said, no, these are mine.
We did eventually get around to painting, which is good.
And you want to know, honestly, I get it. Like, I really don't like borrowing models. Like, I want to play with my stuff, my dice, my templates. But there's other people who don't care. And so we've certainly offered in situations. But
they're my toys.
Yes. And we've enjoyed you. You podcasted for a bit with Rogue Agents. And you've been on, like, just streams here. You've just been a consistent part of the MCP community for fucking forever now.
Yeah. I mean, the game dropped in 2019. I think I got into it in like 2020. Like when I bought in, I bought like the core set. I bought Panther. I bought Thor. So that was like pretty early on, I want to say.
Yeah.
And I've been playing basically ever since. I love this game. It's my first minis game, but I'm hooked. I love this game. I'm a big Marvel fan. And yeah, like I've definitely had my ups and downs of like how much I want to take the game seriously, like competitively. But we're in a meta right now.
We all have.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think we're in a pretty fun spot right now.
Yep.
Yes. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, so since you mentioned that, right, before we get into the Carlcon stuff, what do you think makes the meta so good right now? Is it the crisis changes? Is it the current, most meta teams? Like, what do you think makes this meta quite good? Because I think a lot of people agree. I agree.
I think there's so much variety in what you can play. The vetoing with the crisis system makes it so that it's really hard to get forced onto something you don't want to play. Because, like, if you look at like the list from Carlcon, for example, even those hardcore attrition teams, like the guys playing like Adam Guardians, they struggle to bring like 5 extracts, 5 secures that are genuinely very fighty. So you can usually, unless you get a little bit unlucky, you can pick something that's reasonably good for you. And that just makes, like, it sucks when you're trying to play webs and you get forced onto demons, you know?
Yes.
That is no longer a thing that can happen.
Yeah.
So, like, just having a little bit of control, even though it's not, like, perfect, like, I'm not going to say the system is perfect right now. I think that level of control helps. I think we're also in a reasonably balanced state as far as characters go. There are definitely some outliers, but it's nice to have a little bit. Like, I didn't play a single faction twice all weekend, and that was really cool to say. Like, I played awesome. I played into, let's see, I had A-Force, X-Men, Convo, Mighty Avengers, Inhumans, and Criminal Syndicate. So not a single thing came up twice, right? And that's like to me.
I was going to say probably not a ton of model overlap either, right? Like it's not like every single list is splashing Hulk, right? It's not like everything is Thor 2 plus X. That seems like you're going to see very different lists like across those 6 games.
Yeah, so Zemo was the most played character in the tournament. He was like in half of all lists. Yeah. I never played him, and the first time I played into him was against Danny in round 5.
Yeah.
Well,
Danny, do you want to chime in there? Like, do you think we are in the best state of MCP, and why do you think it is?
I didn't say best. I think it's good, but yeah.
I mean, look at the top 8, right? Like, you have A-Force, you have Defenders, you have Convocation, you have Mighty Avengers, right? You have X-Men, obviously. It is, you see APOC at 9, like things start to shift a little around that competitive point. So there's a lot of variety in the top 16, which I do like. I did end up playing Defenders twice, and I was back to back, but I mean, every other list was different, so that was obviously good. I think what it is that some of the new models are for older affiliations, like there's like Avengers, Mighty Avengers being a split off and everything. So models that just you hadn't seen in a while are coming back. Like you really haven't seen Sam in a while. So I think that is interesting. People are going, reliving the past and the glory days and remembering that Sam is still good because Sam is amazing.
Sam's really good.
So there's
Sam, Iron Man coming back a little bit. Oh my God, those guys are.
And this is the swing back from the end of last year where there was a lot of APOC and a lot of like, not exactly the same, but you saw very kind of similar 4 or 5 lists. And so I think now people are like, okay, I want to stop playing APOC or things that counter APOC, and that forces some diversification as models go on across the year. So that's nice. It was nice playing different stuff, not just playing, all Guardians or all Webs or something.
All right, well, let's dig more into Carlcon. So you guys, both of you have done Carlcon beforehand, right? Like this was, I was pretty sure.
Third one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So why don't we start there, Fletch? For someone who's never gone to Carlcon, what would you tell the audience that Carlcon is like?
Okay. There are a couple of sides to this, and I saw it summed up very well. And I think Taco's Carlcon little page or Discord tab, whatever. Someone was saying hey, I've never been here before, but the environment was super friendly. Everyone was very nice, and there just happened to be a lot of absolute killers there. So it's a really fun time. Yeah, Danny especially, right? I have some things to say about Danny later that we'll get into, but the guy's a maniac. So it's a very California has a lot of really, really, really strong players who are very cutthroat. But I think what differs in this game versus a lot of other games that I've played is that they're also very nice people. So they might beat your ass in the game, but they're also hey, you want a good beer? So it's a very nice community. People are always willing to talk. I met a ton of people who I've either met from online or just thought what they were playing was cool, so I went up and said hi. There was a guy playing I think his list was Sentinels only, and he had Malekith and Immortal Hulk on his list. So I was like, "Yo, what's the plan here? Because this is really cool." And he's just turning everyone into robots. He had cool wild abilities, but it's just there's something for everybody. Carlcon's a very friendly event. They have bingo, so if you start losing, you can start trying to play the minigame. Everyone's very nice. Once you get to know people, I had several. I stayed at Carl, the host's home last year, and this year Eric was saying hey, you could stay at my place. I was I guess I didn't need to pay for a hotel. Once you get to know the people in Sacramento, which there's a good community there, they're arms wide open. They're really nice people, and also some good games.
I would say I noticed. A lot. Just the community in general is really friendly, right? You have a lot of people you meet. There's a lot of people who want to sort of meet, hang out, and do stuff. We were constantly doing events afterward, hanging out, grabbing drinks, getting together for lunch instead of everyone splitting off on their own. So it felt very community based. It was nice seeing people over multiple events and being able to talk to them. So be able to see different groups of people that you just don't get to see during different parts of the year. And it's different at LVO for us because we're running the events. There's a lot of time to hang out and just chat with people at night. Usually I'm just so exhausted at the end of LVO, I just want to go to bed.
Yeah. Honestly, I had such a great chat with Fletcher. Now I'm trying to think. It wasn't It
was like
wasn't
2 years ago, like a year and a half ago.
LVO.
Yeah.
I think it was the January LVO. We had a really good hang. I was like, I just don't get to talk to Fletcher enough. So
Yeah, tournaments are great for meeting people, or not meeting people, but like I've heard Denny say this, because Denny at this point is just like half the tournaments he goes to, he's just judging. It's great just to see your pals. Like,
yeah,
it's third spaces are so rare in the modern world, and it's so important to like your mental health. Having a big event like this weekend was so much fun, and I definitely needed it. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. Some context for everyone. Carlcon was in Sacramento. It would happen this past weekend, so the weekend of the 21st, 22nd. It should be around this time next year. Last time we had it was like 6 months ago, and Carl switched around the time. Just give everyone a context of what will be happening again. Yeah. And I'll be posting that when we start getting dates and stuff for next year. And it was capped at 64. I think we ended up at like 60 or 61, like right around there. So still anything over 32. Yeah.
I think it was at least like high 50s, like 59. Yeah. It was very, very good showing. Also, Carl's well known for having really diverse tables and putting like genuine creativity. And so each different table, you're going to have like a significantly different experience. I believe there's an all foot table. There's an
all foot table. There's a table. You can see the dine-up table is really. I set that one up this year. I was so happy to play on that one. There is a table that has like all the terrain is giant MCP dice. If you look at the streams from last year, that one of those games got streamed. There's a table that's like themed from the Deadpool Wolverine movie. So it has all
that table.
Yeah, it has like all the doors.
Favorite.
That one looks really cool.
I like Ego as a classic.
Ego,
more stuff of Ego now.
If you play on TTS, you can see Ego. And he's added some of the other Celestial Marvel bodies. That's pretty cool. Yeah, he's just always 3D printing stuff, making new terrain. Carl's got some amazing tables.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
it's
and
a lot of
Carl
stuff.
Is just like, we're already talking about how great the community is. Carl is top tier in a top tier community, right? Like Carl is just, he's just one of the best anyway. So that adds to the hype. And West Coast, best coast. Let's be clear.
And on top of Carlcon, he does also run the TTS leagues and stuff. Like he does a lot of work.
He does so much for the community. He's one of our pillars for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
So shout out to Carl. Let's get started talking about the event and how we sort of take to our first day. I guess memorable moments. One other thing is that there should be commentary on the stream games coming out over the next little while. That should be from the Taco Truck guys once they get those out.
I believe the YouTube channel is Vincent Kirchhoff, not Alfredo's Taco Truck. I believe the YouTube is Vincent Kirchhoff.
That's where last year's games are,
Yeah. So I'm definitely excited. When you told me streamed, I started searching. Because I was like, you said stream, so I was like, where can I
they recorded it, and they're going to do the commentary later, so do a live stream commentary. So,
I just want you to know, you told me streamed, so I literally
I saw cameras.
After the event, I was looking for streams on Twitch. I was like, he hasn't streamed in 2 months. What's going on?
But one of my second round and your last round are recorded. So
so my round 4 and round 6. So when I played Zach and when I played Mike are both recorded.
Nice. So the good games for us to commentary on later.
Do you guys happen to know what the other, like the round 1, round 3, and round 5 games that were recorded?
I know there's that Defender's Mirror where there were a ton of portals, and I know Nobility and Mike round 5 got streamed. I don't know what round the round 1 was. So there are 2 others that I don't know.
Okay. Those 4 games all sound awesome. So even not knowing what the other 2 are, that's exciting. Well, all right, let's talk lists for a minute. Danny, do you want to give, I know people that listen to us probably know what you were playing, but do you want to share what you were playing and like any final thoughts going into that list for the event?
This is really funny because I ended up changing my lists. And I wouldn't know if I would say this for our separate cast or talk about things. What I ended up doing is actually a funny conversation we were talking about meta earlier, is I ended up getting all of my crises. Almost all of them, and went from like the low, like 3 and 4 scoring extracts and the smaller secures into the 4 wide secures and the 4 and 5 extracts. And like the main reason for that got shot to your boy In Yang. Looking
you're saying so you changed your list for Carlcon. You're not saying you changed it again.
Correct. I changed it for Carlcon. It was like the week of and talked about it. And I sort of realized that I was doing better just scoring out games than trying to fight people.
Right.
And that Emma is just so good at scoring and contesting stuff that her grabbing a token early, it is very rare unless you have steal to get it off her. Like you're putting a lot of energy in to try to kill her. And I'm happy about that. So I was excited. And then the main changes that I put in, Gambit to Doctor Strange over Rogue, Domino, and Nebula. I never ended up playing Nebula. I just almost never used her. Domino, I'm glad I put in Gambit because Gambit ended up being a center grab that was relatively safe most of the time. Because he get beat up and keeps hands chilling and running away. So he just kind of did his job of just being a dude. And Doctor Strange, and this is where we talk about models and everything in the meta, he is there just to give me a 4 tall 17. Because it's Cyclops, Colossus, Emma, Strange. And that gives me exactly 17. And that's a bodyguard, extra dice, extra defense dice, healing. And it's like, yep, like we're going to fight. Let's fight. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. All right. Fletch, what did you end up bringing? Feel free to go a little bit more in depth because obviously we haven't been digging into your list for months.
Sure. Before we do that, though, I want to mention, so I understand you guys have been building this for months, but Danny found out that Gambit counts wilds on dodge and defense in round 5. So
yeah. I literally did not play the whole time.
Yeah, he's been nerfing himself the whole time, guys, and he went 5-1 at a crazy
Danny, I was
event.
advocating for Gambit months ago.
Carl pointed it out to me. He's like, that counts double. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, it counts double all the time. I was like, oh, you don't pay for that?
So
He's like, no. I was like,
so in our game, at least, I was calculating the successes for Danny, so he never got gypped in our game, but every game before that, I'm pretty sure there's some wilds he missed on defense.
This is what happens when you play models the first time at events. You just forget their rules.
I brought defenders. I brought let's see if I can rip it off the top of my head. It was Soul Strange, Blue Marvel, Shang-Chi, both the Heroes for Hire, Echo, Bill, Toad, 2 more in there.
You do.
Oh, Zemo.
And?
Oh, man, who was the last one?
Your boy Peter Parker.
Oh, yeah, Spectacular. I did play him once, yeah. I love Spec. Spec consistently gets one shot for me, and I still play him because I like the character. But yeah, I played some rather unconventional tactics cards for my restricted. I was playing Sacrifice and Indomitable because my whole game plan was just bunker up, basically, and then use the portal to teleport my bunker into your face and kill you. So most of my games, that's what I did. I played leaderless round 1, so I didn't have the portal, but every other game I was bringing Strange and portaling around. And I gotta tell you, reusable Gamma launch with better ranges, really good when most of your characters don't have like charge or something. But yeah, I think every game after the first, I played Strange, Bill, and Echo. And then it was like either Blue Marvel or Shang-Chi, depending on points, and I threw Toad in there at 20 for one game. And every model in that list is so fun to play. I like all of their rules. I like the way they feel on the table. And Blue Marvel is just Cosmic Ghost Rider with a builder and a throw, so it's hard to not like that.
And defensive rerolls for anyone?
Yeah, he's a big, like, every tool he has is just like, oh, wait, like, I was playing Mighty Avengers for a minute. I was like, oh, this is really good. Like, the pay-to-flip game is sick. Like, you can do things like give Bill 2 power and get double walk, throw someone off and flip point, turn 1. And I was like, wait a second. This guy has, count skulls on defense and reroll all for everyone. And he has no power economy problems. I can just play this guy in Defenders, which has healing, and I love healing Bill. So the list kind of went from there.
He's also one who takes healing really well. Like with the counting skulls and defensive rerolls, he does not go down that quickly, but you can get him down to 1 or 2 health and then be like, well, at least he's an easy kill next round. Mm-hmm. And Doctor Strange fucks that all up.
He just healed back up to like 4 health or something. Yeah, I speaking of him being tanky, there's at least one game that I played where I used him as a midline grab, where I just walked into the center and picked something up and stood there. I was like, all right, well, you can come interact with this guy, I guess.
Especially if you give him cover. Like, that guy is not going to be fun to shoot at. You know?
He's so tough.
He's
so tough to kill.
Strange and him both have a beast style thing where if you get a certain die face when you roll, you get power. For Strange, it's a shield. For Blue Marvel, it's a skull. And those also, they happen to both work on defense for them. So it's not uncommon for you to shoot with and give them power, which feels terrible. Yeah, so they're like, I have those guys and Bill, so it's like, who do I profitably attack here? And a lot of the time I had Echo next to them, and when you're Hex, which is the Defender's leadership, and you attack Echo and roll 3 crits, you've just done nothing. You know, it's and that happened like multiple times.
Oh man,
yeah,
I didn't even think about that interaction between the leadership.
So
she's so excited in that leadership.
So yeah, like Echo is very good everywhere. I think like all of her affiliated places for sure. But there's something very special about one doing what I just said, where they're hexed and your crits just work for you more than they work for them. But her spender says that your crits don't explode and they also don't count, but you can still use them to modify your dice. So like if they roll 4 crits, that's actually 0 and +4 for you, which is gross.
Yeah.
Speaking of models that I've never played before, I bought and painted Echo for this event. I think I'd played her twice before this event, and I played her every game at Carlcon.
I think that was like an interesting note of this like whole event was taking models we both don't normally play and then performing exceptionally well.
Yeah.
And doing this role, it's like, oh, I just needed this model to make this work.
She's my favorite now. She's one of my friends.
I was just thinking an interesting aspect of your list, Fletch, is that you've got dice situations that mess with your opponent's head, right? Where you look down and you think, oh, that's not so bad, right? But Blue Marvel counts skulls, so sometimes you look down and you're like, oh, he's got 1 success, and so you're happy. And then that's sucked away from you when you realize he has 3 skulls. But then the same thing can happen with Echo, right? Because of the way that the crit stuff works. But it also kind of happens with Strange, too, because you're like, oh, that's not too bad. Oh, wait a second, that shield is a pierce, so that's actually not nearly as... So you've got a lot of, like, dice face fucking with people's heads.
Yeah, or like you have the Aya Agamotto where you'll attack Strange until he'll roll nothing, and then it'll be rolled to 4 blocks.
Yes, you have a lot of, like, up and then kill it, you know?
Yeah. No, I realized the term recal spam is getting thrown around a lot right now because we have Kang and Adam who just came out and can do it a lot. But I first came across it. Who was I playing into? Oh, I was playing into Apocalypse. Carl was playing Apocalypse, actually. And I was trying to kill his APOC, and he Immortal Servants and recaled me. I was like, oh, wait, stop. Like, you're telling me this guy has good defenses and heals after I hit him, and I have to spike you 3 separate times to do anything? So then I was like, I should probably look into that a little bit.
Yeah. The other scary was the Bill and Hex. It's like getting stunned in Hex is just like, you're so sad. We're just getting shocked in Hex.
Yeah,
you're like,
shock
okay, like, I'm not doing anything.
Like, I was really I went to this event not expecting to do like anything crazy. Like I didn't have a ton of reps with Defenders. It's just a lot of characters that I like and have played a lot of, but not together per se. And I expected a lot of Dormammu because Dormammu is like all the rage right now. And I've played into Dormammu a good bit because one of my locals is DeLuca and Phil, so who both play a good bit of Dorm. And Bill spendering Dorm, like the Summon the Storm, the Lightning Bolt, and the Thor, or into Dormammu, shocking and hexing him with almost no counterplay, and it's very close to guaranteed because it's functionally 8 dice. He doesn't do anything the rest of the game. Like this big 8-3 model is just like teleporting around, like trying to do anything. It feels so good.
And then it's just Bill. And trying to fight Bill with those conditions is just impossible.
It's one thing if you're Dormammu, like you have like a 6
Bill
die.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, he's a champion, and I love him so much. He's my man.
Okay.
Didn't want you necessarily go through every match per se, but was there any like highlights or things you wanted to talk about, any particular matches you wanted to kind of dive into?
I mean, I don't want to like spoil. I think my stream games I don't want to spoil because they're genuinely very fun to watch. Round 1 I played leaderless and I almost lost, so I think I need to figure out the Kingpin matchup a little bit more because there were some places in that game where if the dice go even a little bit out of my favor more than they did, I just lose like on the spot.
Let's pause there for just a second. I think that's an interesting, like, so many people focus on just who wins an event, right? Mm-hmm. Where, like, you have a lot of credit. Like, you're going to get more credit than Danny's going to get at 5-1, only losing to you. That's just the way the world works. But when you start your first round and you almost lose, Like, I won a GT for Shatterpoint, and I tied the first round and won on tiebreakers, and then won the event. And it's like, that's such a weird feeling. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? Like, what it's like almost losing a game and then coming back and like winning it?
I mean,
I guess what it meant to resetting yourself. Yeah.
All my games were super close. But I've tried to like headspace shift myself a little bit, because there was a period of time where I was like, I'm going to a Marvel event. If I don't win, I'm a loser, you know? But like, I have very good role models like Danny, where I just like, I'm here to see my friends play some games.
Yeah.
So like, even though the game was close, I wasn't like sweating bullets. I was like, damn, this guy's kind of fucking me up. Like, maybe I should think about this a little bit more. And then when I won, I was like, dude, that was a great game, because my first round and my last round were both ended up being like 17-16 or something. It was a 1 VP margin of error. So like that, I need that to not be so scary. Juggernaut's just a huge problem for my list in general.
Yeah, do you know who I am? It's such a great card. Throwing long is insane.
I mean, I have Indom, but yeah, he's just like, if he rolls well, he's such a pain in the ass. Like, if Juggernaut's like rolling like 5+ every time he attacks, which is only once per round, it's like, stop killing everything,
Yeah.
All right, Fletch, how about we do this so we don't have to dig into your games that are streamed? Because I like the idea of saving the focus of the stream games. Who would you say is like the MVP of your list? Like, who
Bill.
did the most for you the whole time? Bill?
It's Bill, and it's not close. But I won't say that. It's not close, but like, I played Bill and Echo every single game, and they're both like, the term workhorse gets thrown around a lot, and I think it's very apt for these two. I didn't play Zemo once because I basically felt like I had an affiliated Zemo. Echo is crazy good. Her range 4 gun ignores all, like, you can't modify against it, so cover doesn't work, rerolls don't work, and that's what a lot of defensive tech is right now. We have some DR running around, but a lot of people, because they're afraid of Namor or they're playing Invaders, are using a lot of like reroll stuff, or they're playing Shang-Chi, and she can shoot from range 4, so all that gets around it. And she's great at just like putting Hex on people, to set up for the rest of the game. So Echo did great. The games I played Blue Marvel, he does his job, which is kill anything you put in front of him. Every game I played him, I used the spender at least once. And this is for my last game, so it's kind of a spoiler or whatever, but I think I chunked She-Hulk for 7 with a shocked spender out of Blue Marvel. Like, I had shock on me, and I just walked up and spendered and like, just did probably close to like 15 damage cumulatively to like 3 models. Blue Marvel rips, and people are not used to how good he is yet. He's not being respected to the degree that he should be. He is a very scary man.
Yes.
Strange, obviously, like, it's either Strange or Bill that are MVP. Strange is like impossible to kill, and he makes the rest of your team so tough. And even if he's not holding anything, and I don't think I've picked up an extract more than once the entire game, like the entire tournament with Strange, you just have to kill him because he makes everyone else unkillable. Like, I know people are kind of wary of playing a 6-threat support with the Soulstone, but I'm telling you guys, especially into teams like A-Force, where every attack someone's boosting their dice, the Soulstone will give you like 12 power over the course of a game, and Strange uses that power so effectively.
Well, and Echo, Shang-Chi, and Blue Marvel all take added defense dice better than the average character. Right? A lot of them you add 2 I mean, Bill is just solidly tanky anyway, but I think Echo and Blue Marvel and Shang-Chi, like, 2 dice on them is just significantly better than it is on most characters. So you were also amplifying that part of the kit. But I want to swing it over to Danny. Danny, who was the MVP for you? Who do you think did the most for you over the course of the 6 rounds?
Most work is probably Emma. She just completely impressed. I had no Emma on my list for the longest time. And then I finally decided, I was like, I want to paint my models and I'll try out and everything. She is just insane now. She does so much work. And everyone forgets about the throw on the diamond side now. Everyone's like, oh, you changed. I was like, yeah, okay, I just double walk it through you anyway. It's all fine.
She never has strictly bad options anymore. She's so good.
I was also I wouldn't say I was advocating for you to include Emma, but early on I was like, are you considering her? Because she just got buffed and she was already like I just thought access to Headmistress with a buffed Emma seems good. And I'm excited to hear that she like vibed hard for the list.
Yeah, when Danny and I played, she 2-tapped my bill. It was the only time he dazed the entire tournament, because most of the time people just ignore him because he's not worth. It takes so much to put him down. Like if you're trying to, one of my basic ways of like winning at Marvel is I put you in a situation where in order to win you have to kill Bill, and it's really hard to do that. So that's like
not everybody's Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
Yeah. But yeah, Danny just like casually with 5 die attacks at range 4, just like with Emma.
Hey,
and then the rest of the game,
when you can't add dice and you can't lower the damage, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
No, she like there are. I don't remember who got like famous for this, but there are teams that layer so many like defensive reactions that when you're playing on clocks, you'll say, "I'm going to attack this model," and they'll clock to themselves because they need to like. I have bodyguard, eye in the sky, other bodyguard, like all this defensive tech that they need to consider using. And Emma's just like,
nah.
What if you did? You know, like
okay,
what if you just
Danny, I got a question for you.
Yes.
If you attack someone with Emma and they switch the clock over to themselves to think about the reactions, do you stop them and be like, "Don't bother," or do you let them waste the clock time? Like, do you just go ahead and think about it. All right, now,
it really depends. Like how, like where I'm at in the stage, I like want to end the game, but like, it's a waste of time. Let's just keep going. Like you can't do.
Yeah, I think the first time you can let them sweat it out a little bit, and that's like, okay, I'm gonna react. When I played Hellfire, I was reminding people about Emma's her whatever it's called, or my brain's better than yours all the time.
Yes,
because people forget. Like it's it happens with Mystique too.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's such an insane trigger. I'm glad that Lady Mastermind, while she does have it, she's not like a big damage dealer, but man, Emma can just kill you sometimes. Like, I have heard some rumblings about people, because I played Thanos in Hellfire for like a minute, because Death's Decreeing her was very good. I am concerned that Mighty Avengers might start playing Emma, and I don't want to fight that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
She loves power. The thing I actually love most about her is the not just shield mine, the telepathic lash. Is the fact that it's hit crit wild. Dude, I did again. This is like remembering my own rules. I thought it was only crit wild.
No,
I didn't know it was just all successes.
He whipped 3 dice at me into my 3 health Echo. He's like, "Oh, I only got 1." I'm like, Danny, that's 2 hits in a wild. You just killed my Echo from 3 health.
Just like Ice her, the brain magic. I was like, oh, she's so good. Because that was we played against each other in semis, so we can talk about that a bit. And there was Carl broke down some of the match in our Discord, and it's such an interesting game.
Shout out to Gregor for like asking for it. Like, can someone go to Zosha and just break this down? And then Carl was in it. I was like, fuck yeah, Carl.
Well, Carl like sat by our table the entire game unless someone had a judge call. Like, I love that guy.
It was such a fun game. I think it was very MCP because we both ended up on each other's side of the board and forcing each other to interact with each other's plan, which is like the Emma play. What happened there is Emma walked, lashed his Echo to kill her, goes through his pentagram to teleport across the board to then heal X-23. It's like, what is going on in this match? Like, we're flying across and each other. I was like,
so much movement,
yeah. Just flying around. It's like a lot of fun playing these lists.
Fletch, which opponent made the best use of your pentagrams?
Danny was not even close. I think he was. Okay. So Danny
actually used multiple times.
Yeah. I think Mike used it once, and I think Zach used it once. Other than that, no. Because what I've really tried to do with my portal positioning is when I initially put it down, I put it in. I don't put it like on top of a secure or anything. Yeah. I put it in a place where my big base models can go max range 1 off of the portal and be on a secure, but you're nowhere near it. So if you want to spend an action walking to my portal and teleporting through, that's fine. I'll just kill you when you have to the other side. But most of the time, characters without action economy just don't have access to the portal. And like I think the character that used it in my game against Mike was Hawkeye, because he can like hook arrow onto it and stuff. But I tried to be as like dodgy as possible with my portal placement. Like, it was almost never in a place where a small base model could take it and get on my secure.
No, I had to walk because it was off of your
Yeah, it was like, so it was my home extremis and Danny's home extremis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do each of your favorite list that you saw or played against. And Fletcher, you're not allowed to answer Danny this time. But like, Danny, why don't you go first? You were also not allowed to answer Fletcher. So, favorite list that you played against or that you just saw at the event?
It was probably my fourth round, my last round on Saturday. And I played against a Steve 1 list. But it was Steve 1 with Ultimate Spider-Man, who is super scary.
Yep.
Super scary.
Venom blast!
Terrifying. He's like, we'll just wrap the walk, swing, round one, punch. He's past the midline. Like, you just can't get away from it. He's just like in your face. And he's like literally on my side of the board. I'm like, oh, this is terrible for me. Like, I don't want him near me at all. I don't want to fight this guy. But it was, okay, so it's, also Spider-Man was bad enough. King T.
Yep.
Gorgon.
Hate that model.
Steve 1.
Okay.
This list, and I'm like, oh, I am terrified of this list because it can straight up outfight me. Like, I cannot fight this list. It's super scary. It's getting in my face. And this is the extracts game and running around where I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to win this fight. So Toad and Gambit grabbed extracts. It was like a 4-1, and they just grabbed and just ran away the whole game, like back into my own deployment zone. I was like, you can fight Emma and fight Cyclops, who cares? And all I ended up doing was like pushing people off points, so I got up on scoring and just walked out the game to round 4. But I was super scared because like Spider-Man was chasing Toad around the whole game, and Toad lived because of Xavier's dream. He goes in, does like 5 blocks, 2 block. He's like, you're alive. I'm like, yep, I'm alive. And hops away, just leaves, and he's like, yep, that's a problem. He's like, keep chasing me, buddies. Good luck.
I get that it's thematic that Dream can work on other people because it's like, oh, coexistence, but why can't Odin bless not Asgardians, but Xavier can dream whoever he wants? Anyway, the coolest list I saw, I didn't get the chance to play against this, unfortunately. There was a gentleman named Michael who was playing Sentinels, and his list, oh man, I think I can remember all of them, but the thing that really stuck out to me is only playing one Mark IV. So he had Prime, Mark IV, Cassandra, Bucky, Immortal Hulk, Malekith, CGR, and it's I don't know, other stuff. But it was like his game plan every time was just take 2 giant sentinels and whatever kaiju would fit into it next and make them into a robot.
Yes.
Because if you get like the card that turns shields into wilds, like I played that into that list a handful of times, and I'll never forget. I was playing Adam Warlock, and I did everything I was supposed to do. I boosted my defense dice, but he had all of his like, you can't reroll my shields are wilds. Mark IV one-shot my injured Adam Warlock. He did 10 damage, and I couldn't reroll.
Models on the lists is Cassandra, Mark IV, Prime, Immortal, Winter Soldier, CGR, Malekith, Loki 1.
That's right.
Toad, Wong, which is a gross list. For the record,
a bunch of twos for support, yeah. No, it was just so cool to see like all the giant guys.
Malekith running around. Wee!
Yeah, I love Malekith. I think Malekith is so cool, and just to see him even be played was fun.
Nice.
I miss Kitty Man.
All right, backing it over to Danny. All right. How accurate do you think Carlcon was as like a snapshot of the meta? Is this more like just a snapshot of the West Coast meta, or do you think we are actually seeing signs of the larger meta where maybe Apocalypse has taken a step back and there's these other things that you need to seriously worry about as much, if not more, than Apocalypse?
Yes. I mean, this is like the natural cycle of all things in all metas, is that things that were popular become less popular because the counters start becoming more popular. And then people play the counters, and you start with a little triangle and circling around. I do think that Defenders are on the rise, and I would argue Defenders now is probably like a top 5 faction. Like, they do a lot of work right now. Like, there's just a lot of things they can do, and they can threaten a lot of other lists, a lot of variety of lists. So they just have... that strange combo is just insane.
They've always had one of the best affiliation lists.
Yeah.
Right?
Like every release this year has given them something new. They got Echo. They got Ronan and Tigra, who are also all defenders. They're not as needed as Echo, but man, Echo's crazy. They just got Moondragon. They got Adam Brashear. They got the Blue Marvel guy. Every box, or not every, but most of the boxes this year have had a defenders character, and they're really good.
You can't
Defenders is
Shang-Chi
the X-Men of the year that just seems to get new releases every wave.
It's also like you said, if you look at the Defenders roster, it's obscenely stacked.
Yes,
they have some of characters. They got some all stars. It's a lot of good stuff.
So I think that will be popular no matter, regardless of where you go. That should be popular because one, Doctor Strange getting that update was very good for him. I think people were excited about Defenders. They were just kind of stuck with Daredevil. Where it's it's not that it doesn't work, is that he himself just again isn't super exciting. He's just a guy running around most of the time. I think regionally that's where you'll see APOC and certain lists being more popular depending on where you are.
Yeah.
The Europe meta is always way different, right, in terms of models defined popular. But I think as a general tone, the one thing that you can't really account for is that some models came out the week before, so you don't know how popular Adam Warlock's models will be. But I think these lists will be very popular. And I think the Mighty Avengers will be coming back.
Oh, for sure.
In reaction to a lot of this. You see Sam come back in reaction to all these fighty teams. All right, Sam, let's just run around and do dumb stuff again. Yeah. Go back to Voodoo days. Great.
All right, Fletch, what about you? What do you think about this event as a snapshot of the meta?
So I definitely think that there is a lot of stuff that's very popular right now. It's good into APOC, all the energy attackers, Yondu, Adam, Blue Marvel, Strange. There's a lot of good energy that can kind of mess with some of the key pieces in APOC, specifically Beast. But I want to make sure I say this, or I check this before I just spout off. But I want to say that my good friend Alec, Alec went 4-2. He did extremely well.
Yeah,
one of his losses was to Mike DeLuca, which he wins a lot of stuff. Yeah, and he almost tabled Mike. He killed his Juggernaut with a standard APOC roster. He almost tabled Mike, if I remember correctly. His She-Hulk was on 1 or something like that. Apocalypse can still definitely get it done. I just think a lot of the APOC lists are dueling with something. I'm of the, and again, I haven't played APOC in an event, so I could be completely wrong. I think you probably just need to just manage your splashes with the extra slots.
Oh, see, I'm a hardcore dual affiliation guy. I love to see the meta swinging around to dual affiliating APOC. But yeah, okay, so let's talk Defenders for just a moment from both of you. So Danny, I'm going to have you go first so we can have Fletcher answer afterwards. Where do you think Defenders lands? We agree they're probably top 5. Where do you think they land in the top 5?
The thing is, they might actually be one. Because they are the anti-fighting lists, and fighting lists generally tend to be higher up, but they also do well against scenario lists. What scenario team does well against a Strange? He's haha, watch, go away. Well,
Fletch was saying that he was a little worried about that Kingpin matchup. He was I got to think more about how to play into this. So it does seem like there's game.
Well, yeah, he's forcing you. It's Kingpin specifically, and forcing you out the point to be very careful what the push is and what's going on. Yeah. But
CSOFs are problems for sure, but no one's playing them really.
Yeah, but the overall trend, I think that Defenders list plays into a lot of the fields fairly neutrally, and you can kind of shift depending on your splashes, and you can go both fighty or extract really well. There's nothing preventing you.
Yeah. All right, Fletch, what about you? Where do you think Defenders lands in this meta right now?
I don't know about if they're the best affiliation. I'm not sure what that is right now. I think top 5 is very safe. I think top 3 is probably fairly safe. There are a ton of things right now in the meta that want to kill you, and Defenders are probably pound for pound the tankiest faction in the game. You have Strange makes everything so much harder to kill, and then you have not just defense boosting, but you have healing. And the Hex, there are so many forms of damage mitigation on the list. A-Force has a lot of ways to shuffle around damage, so it's Steve 1, all the bodyguard-centric lists where you have even Invaders, right, where you have the double bubble reroll stuff, and you have 4 or 5 rerolls per character. That's all great. I still think Defenders are tougher to actually put down. I never felt like my Strange was in danger of dying. I had Blue Marvel die once, but it was just hilarious dice. Bill dazed once to an Emma who I couldn't react to.
Yeah.
And it was honestly probably a positioning mistake for me that happened at all. They're extremely tough. They can still kill stuff, because like I was mentioning earlier, Blue Marvel just is CGR with extremely good throw. Like, his damage is so good. And to those bunkers as well, he has his really good AoE, so once you get juiced up, you just walk in and explode and kill everything. So you're extremely tanky. You're not tanky in a way that can't punch back like a Kingpin list, where like you can just keep beating on Kingpin until they're all injured and then you don't care anymore. Like, you can fight back extremely well. And the only real problem that your fighting characters have is mobility, and you have portals, which is probably the best mobility in the game. So they have a lot of tools. I don't think they're easy to play. And that's just going to sound like so arrogant asshole of me. But I don't think
they're not. They're
play.
not easy to play, Fletcher. You're not. I will say it. Defenders are not easy to play.
So I think that'll keep a lot of people from like seeing them as truly top tier, because like we had, I think 10 Defenders players at this event, and I don't know how well many of them did, because portal placement is hard. Like, you have to really, it's like a spatial geometry thing. Like, you have to really think about not just where am I putting this, like which side of the board is weaker for me to go target, but where am I putting this and it can't be used more effectively against me? Like, how many characters am I giving access to this mobility to? Because your opponent can use it. They're very strong. I do think CS, specifically Kingpin and Web Warriors, are absolutely a problem. Strange is going to have trouble into wide stuff that's not trying to kill you, because a lot of what he does is stop things from killing you. So, like, when I play into CS, or probably also Webs, I'm going leaderless. I don't need to bring Strange, especially if we're on someone like Extremis where I can get some healing. I'm just going to play all my tanky boys who can displace you and try and win that way. But whenever you're playing leaderless into something, that's usually a sign that there is like a hole in your list. But the other leader is Daredevil, and I love the character Daredevil, but then like Shadowlands is definitely cooler. Original Daredevil kind of doesn't do anything right now.
Fair. All right, Fletch, I want you to answer this one before Danny, because obviously Danny has won with Convocation. Mm-hmm. And then we saw Zach in this one. I believe Zach ended up 4th, right?
Yep.
With Convocation. He was doing quite well, and Convocation still did not really get the respect after Danny's win, where people were kind of like, we still don't understand what the fuck's going on with Convocation. How do you guys think, so starting with you, Fletcher, like, how do you think Convocation stacks up in this existing meta? And is it maybe a thing that people should be playing a little bit more and maybe fearing a little bit more?
In the nicest way possible. Just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's not good. Just because something is like outside of your, beyond, and I'm going to get more rude if I keep talking about that. But
nope,
just because just because something is like beyond what you understand in this game doesn't mean it's bad. Bump is, like, Bar with No Doors Bump is one of the best leaderships in the game. He's unreal. And there's a card that can go on any affiliated member. They have to keep that affiliated list so small, because if they give it to someone even a little bit more, like a little good, like they gave it like a solid 3 could play Bar with No Doors, that affiliation is cracked wide open. Like, it is an insane faction. Dr. Voodoo with Bump is so annoying to take down. Like, if you look at last year's Carlcon game, Voodoo faced off against Zemo and Namor, and because of Bump was able to like consistently avoid their double bubble stuff, and survived for way too long. That's a character with 0 defense tech besides dice, lasting against 2 charge models with ridiculous dice mods, right? Like, that just shouldn't happen. Bump is so good. And then you start adding in things like Hulk, Juggernaut, Toad, who can just move an insane amount the second you touch them. Rhino, right? Bill. Like, you end up moving like range 3 every time you get touched with an aggressive model.
I love, like, Danny, did you ever do fallback in the list? Like, I'm just imagining like a fallback.
Yes, I did actually. Add fallback sack. Which is just like, so you bump, fall back, and then like, you attack me, I can sack, or I just ran away, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
The way on a small base character, the way it works out is, if you are base to base with them and they fall back when they die, you're still going to be able to pick stuff up. That is no longer the case with Bump. Yeah. So Bump actually can, Bump plus fallback actually does keep your stuff way far away from everything. And when you're playing a list that Convocation is ultimately, at least most of the time, a scoring faction. It's real good to keep stuff very far away. Like, imagine if your whole team had fallback. Like Emma doing the double bump stuff with her, like, oh, I went diamond and I bumped back. Is like she is just gone.
Just gone. Just disappears.
Yeah, so any movement-based leadership, like even Bump of the Night, like Blade is fine. Blade's not bad at all. But Blade is definitely like not insane. He's great with Bump, and Bump makes him good. But any movement-based leadership is strong. Convocation is reactive movement leadership. That's real good. So yeah, I think they are maybe not underplayed because they're, again, like defenders, they're kind of difficult to play. But I think they're excellent. And I talked to Danny about this on Saturday before I went to Zach. Like, defenders is kind of a hard counter for combo. Because I don't have very many like range 2 attackers that care about you bumping away. And that can chase extremely well with portals or echo.
They could bump forward to get onto the portal, though. Like, there's still some, yeah. All right, well, Danny, over to you. You obviously have a love for Convocation. You probably were like, oh, Zach showed up with Convocation too. Like,
we talked about it,
there was probably a part in your soul that was like, what if Carlcon also gets one by a different Convo player? And like, but what do you think? How does Convo stack up in this?
It's funny because like there's some model overlaps, and the main ones, the main one is Fury, like Fury and Chong, who do a lot of work. And again, he has Black Widow, Angel Shield, so Widow too. So it's all about positioning and getting tokens away from people, right? Like the thing about bump is like, okay, you shoot the grunts, they can still bump and they can still drop 2. It's like, you're never getting that token rather than like, it's never happening. And then you have Fury. It's like, again, like you said, Fletcher, it's like playing the scenario game. Then you do the aggressive, like teleport people off point. You're like, okay, well, I'll just walk straight. So I teleport this guy. I deny you 2 points. I score a point. I'm up by 4. You score 1. Okay, well, we'll just walk like this. The game ends. Mm-hmm. But I think like what both lists require is a lot of discipline. Because it's very easy to go like, oh, I'm going to push the envelope a little more. I'm going to roll some more dice. So I'm going to go harder in which range attacks. Like, no, you should just play a little more conservatively and just play to your outs and stop trying to be hyper aggressive. The main thing I learned in this lesson playing Convocation was I started grabbing extracts with 4 and 5 threats because it forces people into fighting them, where my 3 threats are now being more aggressive, running into their face and running around and doing points and contesting and being more loose threats. I'm a little less worried about losing them as the game goes on.
Yeah. One of the things, like, I remember when I was playing Gambit back in the day before he was buffed, and I was playing a game against DeLuca, and I knew this was going to happen, and I hated the interaction, but he was playing Convocation, and his Voodoo comes up and blasts Gambit, and I'm like, well, I'm going to enhance agility away. But even while I was doing it, I was like, fuck, I have to deal you a damage. So you're just going to bump and probably be in range 3 anyway. And like Gambit is a really powerful character in the existing meta, right? He's in Apocalypse. He's one of the better extract holders in the game in the 3 threat spot. And it's because of enhanced agility, and how Convocation interacts with that is, kind of bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah. Combo Gambit, maybe.
Yep.
Put Gambit in combo. Do the enhanced agility bump.
Yep.
Set up some nasty beams.
All right. So let's do some kind of like wrap up thoughts. I know we hit a bunch of random questions in this. Fletcher, do you have anything else you just want to share about the event or about the experience or about your list as part of the wrap? You're like, oh, I really wanted to mention this. Anything like that you want to get into the episode?
I mean, shout outs to Carl for sure.
Fuck yes.
And,
Carl!
I got this cool belt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you know who made it?
No, you have to ask Carl for that. But it's
Okay.
like a fully functional, like big ass silly wrestling belt, and I love it. That's the best trophy in Marvel, baby.
So it looked to me like it's leather with like acrylic plates, kind of.
Yeah.
Real
I
leather.
think it's acrylic. They're like pretty solid.
Yeah, with kind of acrylic plates. I forget the terms, but the studs, like, that's a dope belt. Yeah, rivets. Yeah, they're rivets.
But no, it's the best trophy in Marvel, and it's mine. Never give this up. Oh, it says undisputed belts in the back. I don't know if that's a company or something. Ooh. I know Carl got this custom made, but shout out to Carl.
I loved I wish there was a little, like, I wish the front logo was like a little bit more intense, but I like the dice faces a lot. Like,
I love the main
dice
logo.
faces.
Yeah, the dice faces are awesome, but the main logo is like a negative of the Carlcon. So it's like anything you put on negative colors looks like something like edgy evil. Yeah. So I have edgy evil Carl belt. I have like the emo Carl belt, which I love. But yeah, I guess wrapping up thoughts.
You're gonna wear an Adepticon, right? You're just.
I'm not going to Adepticon. Sorry, they don't have clocks there, so I can't go. I know it's a lot to travel that far. I might do WTC. I might do LVO this year. We'll see.
Yeah.
I guess closing thoughts. So I think if you played against me or talked to me for any period of time, you know I like Beta Ray Bill. And I think the most important thing and the best thing you can do for like your enjoyment of this game is have a pet character. Like even Mike, multiple time world champion or whatever, he really likes She-Hulk, he really likes A-Force. He played 6 games of A-Force and he had like all this shield stuff in his list. Play what you want to play, and if you start winning, that's awesome. Keep doing it. Find ways to play your characters that are good. I have a local named Oscar who's been playing Kingpin or Spider-Foes for like 3 years and has just recently started destroying people with that list because he just figured it out. It's something like clicked,
Yep.
Like we're all here because we either like minis or like Marvel. I've been a comic book fan since I was little. I love Beta Ray Bill. I love the Hulk.
Dude,
those are my boys.
show the stream your Beta Ray Bill Funko Pop.
Oh,
because that guy's dope looking.
My little cousin got me this for Christmas. It's so silly. Oh. He's got the afro, and then I have like
the added details on the face, like make it like even cooler as a Funko.
And I have this.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's my boy. So have pet characters. Play Marvel because it's fun, not because you're sweating. And if you win,
it certainly helps that your pet character is one of the best characters in the game.
Look, that's not important.
That's a theme. That's
like there are like sure, but like I also played like Echo, who I've never heard of in comics before. But I started reading her, I'm like, oh, so she's like the Death Devil. This character's kind of cool, and I've only ever seen.
Have you watched the show yet?
I've seen a bit of it. I'm into it. But like
I
Doctor
like
Strange,
the Echo show.
So I love I have a very good friend of mine, Craig. He was still playing Marvel, played the shit out of Convocation, and it was so annoying because Doctor Strange reverse pierce, blah blah blah.
We know Craig.
I know you guys.
You're
Craig,
here with Craig lovers.
Everyone might not know Craig, so I went to say the whole shebang. But like that's a representation of like 2000s Doctor Strange. I'm a classic Marvel fan, and classic Doctor Strange, like with the mustache. And the bullshit attitude, and the like pseudo racism, and the time travel, and all that shit. That's my guy. So being able to play classic Strange and feeling like what was it? The What If season 1 finale where it's like the evil Doctor Strange or whatever. Yeah. That fight where they're fighting like Turbo Ultron, and he's like shielding everyone and like blasting with lasers. I felt like that all weekend. I was like, I'm keeping my boys alive and healing them, but also shooting lasers with magic. So he's like, I love characters in this game who have like nailed the thematicness of it. Like I love like Rhino and Juggernaut are great examples. Blob's a great example. Bill's a great example. So like have pet characters. Yes, it helps if they're good or whatever, but like we're ultimately here to have fun, and I had a lot of fun. I had a moment that burned into my brain. This would be like the last little thought I had, where in my last game with Mike. His Hawkeye is like injured and shooting Bill from across the map, and Bill's like, I had the option to take damage or not, and I was giving myself damage because I was stunned and I wanted power and I wanted to walk at him. So Bill's like letting arrows like thunk into his shoulders, just walking at him, and then he's like he has to run. He's running away, and then I chase him. Storm comes up and shoots lightning at me. Does nothing. So Bill has arrows in his shoulders. He barely notices they're there. He feels a breeze on his back. Lightning is his whole thing. I love him so much. It's my guy. If you have pet characters, you're going to be happier playing the game. You're going to have, it's just more fun. And when they, yes, if they perform poorly, it's like your child is dying. But if they perform great, it's like, this is my time.
When they die top of 2, you're like,
Yeah, so just don't
I'm
have
gonna
that
go
happen.
cry myself to sleep now.
So
Okay,
play Doctor
yeah.
Strange with them, make everything immortal. Yeah. Or play a Koye and let her die. I hope your favorite character's not a Koye or Luke Cage because their job is to die. But Luke Cage is also a Chad doing it all the time. He's ready for it. I don't know. That's kind of my final thought. It's just like this game it's fun. Like ultimately, you should be having fun. If you're not having fun, if you're like hyper fixated on winning, you've lost some of the spirit of the game.
Yeah, I think you lose a little focus there.
Yeah.
In terms of like what the original goal is. We're just
And to a
trying to
certain
find a game to have fun.
Maybe like letting go a little bit of that like weight on your shoulders helps you get that win, right? It seems like you got yourself to a better mental place where you cut away some of that stress, some of that extra pressure, and you got to focus on MCP, and then you come out on top of an event, right? Where you're like, oh, maybe if I don't stress, like when you say it out loud, you're like, maybe if I don't fucking stress myself out, I will play better.
Like in the past, I've been like, okay, after this game, we're gonna go have a protein bar. We're gonna hype ourselves up. I didn't do any of that. I was just vibing the whole time. I was like chatting with people. I went into this event assuming I was gonna lose like every game, So like it's at this point it's like corny to say, but have no expectations. Honestly, like go into something completely open to the experience and just roll with it is one of the better ways to live life. Yeah, like I talked about this a little, but I've been placing highly in events, but I've been a bridesmaid, never a bride for years now. And I that didn't really bug me, but I didn't really notice it until someone brought it up. But to have that literally no longer be the case feels nice.
100%.
It's a good place to be.
All right, Danny, same question for you. If you answer this, where you're like, go into it with ultimate expectations, I am Danny, the god of MCP, that would be really
That's just
fun.
true.
You don't have to do that. Yeah.
Stroll day. I was going to say, I was very happy that there weren't that many drops. I think there were only like 2 or 3. And so a lot of people played out the rounds, even the people who were like 1 and X played out rounds and everything. And that kind of goes back to like having some humility, right? Like, depending on where you are in your miniature games journey, right, is that you are, unfortunately, right, because the mix of people are playing people who potentially have double the years of experience with you, right? Even in this game. Like, if you started playing the last year, there are people playing 5-6 years now. So, like, do you expect to blow out someone who's been practicing for 5 years when you're in your first year? Like, is that even fucking realistic, right? Like, just be honest with yourself.
Yes.
Like, as an internal goal. And so I've just tried to set, here's what I'm looking like. I remember for the longest time with TTS, it was just getting into cuts. It was just literally just making cuts. Who cares where I place anything? Like, just getting to the point where I feel like I can regularly do this. It gets to this point, like, okay, now that I feel like I've gotten to this point, what's the next step for me to keep growing and learning more in this game? Instead of going, well, my list sucks and that's just how it is. Dice are bad and that's how it is. It's like, okay, well, it's a very reductionist way of looking at life.
Totally.
So it's sort of,
fair.
keep some really evaluate yourself, look at, the matchups and understand that, like, is there meta, are there boogeymen going around that can be scary and stuff like, yes, but it's also understanding that
that's you, Danny. You're the boogeyman that everybody is scared of.
keep them up.
He's certainly one of them.
Yeah.
But it's also, you should be having fun. Like, it is very easy to get sort of into the myopic, I have to win or I'm losing. And then you sort of just lose sight of, you're just grinding games to grind games. And then you kind of get to that point of like, why am I doing this? Like, what is my motivation anymore?
Yeah.
Like, what's even the goal here? Like, winning a trophy? Like, okay, sure. Like, how important is that really?
It's really important.
Totally.
Yes.
Man, there is something cool about coming away with something with like a really special trophy. There's a surfing Vader behind me somewhere.
Yeah.
I forget where it's at. Oh, he's right
Yeah,
here.
I have
Also,
the first LVO.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you don't love trophies and prize giveaways. Oh, and that's a shout out for Carlcon, actually, is the prize bingo. So one of the big draws for people who, some tournaments are off putting people saying, I spent time and energy and money going to the event. I don't do well. What's the purpose of going? And Carl, sort of counteracts. I think a lot of events are doing this, is like having more prize pool be distributed out in a different way. Like there's painting competitions. There is the bingo card we're going through, and basically going through goals, affiliation tokens, lots of other ways, right, of getting recognition, because like there was best affiliations. Right. So like, maybe you lost 2 games, but relative to your competitors, you still did great. That's still a W. Like, who cares? Right.
there was always something to push for. And the prize support was sick. Like there, if you are
Dude,
missing
that table was nuts. I saw the picture of the table of.
There were
swag.
tons of boxes. There were the belt was obviously up there, but I'm going to take that.
I got this.
Yeah, they got a box.
Yeah, which is like
a bunch of like the more like subtle things that are up there. There were a bunch of the new Patrick Brown arts for new or like characters that have been redone that he had
Carl
signed.
had tracked down Patrick Brown and then sent him cards in Australia, I believe, to sign them. And Patrick Brown was super excited about it because he hadn't actually seen a bunch of the stuff like in person. And so a lot of the time he's like seeing the actual like physical thing that he drew and then signing and sending back to Carlcon, to Carl for Carlcon. I love that. That is so cool. I'm a little jealous. Did either of you guys get a Patrick Brown?
Let me go find
it. Those went quickly.
Yeah, I
was in the middle of a group.
I wanna personally see one because that was. I definitely am jealous that I don't have one of those.
It's one of those where I would say, like, especially for its size and the event, like, as amazing price support. Like, relative to its size, like, that's a crazy amount of price support.
There was like painted models too, like some like pro painted models. I saw somebody showing off the Sabretooth that they got.
So people had to choose stuff. There were models like Carl gotten like individual models when we were like for resellers and stuff, like a bunch of like open box stuff, a bunch of models, like just giving tons of boxes away, like just huge price pool. So shout out to everyone who donated stuff, get together. Like it's a great communal event. Everyone walks away with something.
For sure. All right, we got Fletch coming back. I'm curious. I don't remember the list of which cards Carl sent, so I'm curious which one that Fletch got. Okay.
Ta-da.
Cosmic Ghost Rider.
No, it's regular Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Oh, regular Ghost Rider. That's better, to be honest. We were just, there's been so much Guardians talk lately, I forgot.
Yes.
No, I understand. I mean,
there is a regular Ghost Rider.
To be fair, like, when was the last time you saw the earthly variety of Ghost Rider on the table?
The last game I played was against regular Ghost Rider.
I miss that guy.
But
he's cool.
Yeah.
Just running around.
All right.
Penance Stare is crazy good.
I was very thankful that my opponent's Penance Stare did 0 damage to me.
Okay. Ow.
Yep. All right, Fletch, I'm going to have you close us out. And first off, thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us. You know I love you, buddy, and I hope that you do at least come. I know you're not coming to Adepticon, but hopefully I get to see you at LVO because I really enjoyed our January chat. And I know this will be like almost 2 years from that by the time we get to it, but I look forward to chatting with you again in person. But I want you to close us out, dude. What was your best? Because you have Bill. I know you probably had some move throws. So what was the best move throw? The best, not just your best, the best move throw of Carlcon.
Okay. So when I was playing against when I was playing against Andrew, who is the kingmaker of Carlcon, whoever beats Andrew wins the event. He was playing Mighty Avengers, so we both had Blue Marvel. By like the end of the game, I'd killed most of his guys, and he just had Blue Marvel left. So Bill and my Blue Marvel were taking turns, move, throw, moving, or move, throwing his Blue Marvel into a fucking corner. We were scoring points. So he just I think he just had Blue Marvel and Karnak left alive, and I had Strange, Bill, and Blue Marvel. So he just couldn't put damage on me because he was never getting more than like one attack. And I was boosting and healing and all that crap. So yeah, he was hexed and shocked and all that stuff. So he was just getting bullied, like as removed as one man can be. So Blue Marvel and Bill tag teaming, throwing him into a corner was hilarious. Like, I don't need to hit you; I'm just going to put you in space. That was my favorite experience with just chucking fools. Honorable mention to not killing She-Hulk in my finals game and just throwing her off a point in the final round of the game.
Nice. Well, I like the ganging up on Blue Marvel because he's a little bit of the new hotness. So we'll definitely close things out there and be like, remember to treat Blue Marvel like John Cena and just keep throwing his fucking ass out of the ring.
Welcome to Marvel, babies. Now Bill's gonna throw you into a corner.
What would you prefer? Yellow spandex